But yeah, I guess I've realized that there may not be that much point in really pushing the live vehicle if I don't have some sort of online leverage. And so I'm going to try and keep making podcasts and get a bunch of interesting people to talk to. I think that'll be really interesting. I'm going to keep making solo episodes like this one. I'm going to try and improve how well I speak and also my ability to stay on topic. As you've very likely noticed, I have this almost compulsive, like, tangential aspect to the way I speak. I keep being reminded of a thing which reminds me of a thing, and I'll go off on this tangent when I was trying to make a point that I often stray from and struggle to get back to, which I think is characteristic of creative thinking. It's very useful when I'm making music, not so useful when I'm trying to make a concise YouTube video about a particular thing. You can stand up. You can stand up on it. You can stand up. You can stand up on this. You can stand up. Hello, I'm Baroki. This is a little update. So if I sound a little different, it's because I'm sick. I've been sick for almost 2 weeks and I'm a bit sick of it. And I'm also wearing just what I would normally wear inside, because it's quite cold. And I wanted to look pretty, and my only indoor jumper looked a bit ratty. So, recent events include the release of my EP, DNA Kisses. That came out on the 20th of January, I believe. Yeah. And that's been exciting to have that out in the world. Thanks everyone who's listened. That really, yeah. That's a work of mine that it contains more than 1,000 hours of work from me. So whether you like it or not, just know it was a lot of work. There's more stuff coming out. There was even more work. I don't know if it was. I've probably gotten more efficient. So per bar, it was probably less work. But yeah, I like to go really deep on these things and try and make them as on my music. Try and make it as rich and beautiful as it can be. You can let me know if you think I've achieved that in the comments, if you like. So yeah, my EP came out. We've put a couple of live videos out, which I think are a really good complement to that. You can kind of see how it looks. You can see how we play this music live, because we've got like a track going, and we've got an extraordinary drummer and extraordinary bassist playing with me. And yeah, I think my favorite thing probably to watch on YouTube is live videos, like people playing their instruments and hearing the sounds that came out of those instruments as they played them. And what else have we got? Oh, we did a concert to celebrate the EP launch, and that was really exciting. That was really good. Or it went really well. Yeah, it was called L'Alimentation Générale, which is a decent sized club in Paris. A decent size for me anyway. We got 150 heads through the door, which is the most people I've ever had come to a concert. So I was really happy with that. And we did another gig recently. I was sick. Excuse me. But that still went pretty well. And looking to do more around the country. So if you're a musician in France or in Europe, and you want a gig, you want to put on a concert, and you want us to play at it, do let us know, because that's what we're trying to do. And when I say us, I mean me. Let me know. That's something to talk about. Somewhere I'm at the moment is I would love to do more concerts. I want to get used to playing with these guys that I've been playing with in France. They're called Denis Pitalua is the bassist, and Fabien Blondy is the drummer. They're amazing guys, and they're helping me put together, like, you know, emails and that kind of thing, press releases, to try and get us gigs around the country and around the continent. But something maybe an epiphany I had this morning after having sent many an email in the last few days, that I'd crafted with Fabien. Look, we may have success just reaching out to labels and production companies and bookers and that kind of thing, as well as to venues, and maybe we'll just be able to organize a tour. That might happen for us. It also might not. I'm just noticing the flashing of my hanging zip. That's an exciting visual element in this video. There you go. It's a gift from me to you, or maybe from the universe to you. Yeah, so we may have success this way. I feel a bit like we are doing what every relatively unsuccessful band in the country is doing, and so there's going to be competition there, and we may not succeed in booking a tour, which was a very important goal to me. I've never really been on a Baroque tour, and I'd really like to. And maybe it will be possible to just kind of brute force our way into doing that, into just doing a tour, and maybe no one will come, but at least we'll be there for the two people who do come, assuming two people come, and I'll learn from it, and we'll reiterate, we'll do it again better next time, learn to publicize better, that kind of thing. But I also wonder, I've been listening a lot to Alex Hormozy, who's a very rich businessman who's sort of trying to share all the secrets of the trade, as it were, of all the things he's learnt that seem to be practically applicable and abstractable for other business persons. And one of the things he said that initially kind of blew my mind is if you want something from someone, there may be a way, because he did this, there may be a way to give them so much value for free that they would feel incredibly uncomfortable not giving you something, giving you, what it is, not trying to help you in some way. And I've been trying to think about how I might be able to do that in the music industry where I am, as an up-and-coming performer, a struggling performer, a failing performer. I don't know what I am. I do not have a following. Or I definitely do, because some of you watch my videos like this one, and I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. But there aren't enough of you yet to constitute real sort of bargaining power. And so that's what I've been thinking about is possibly, well, the only way I can think of that I can really offer some value, that I could really give some value to a booking agency or to a label here, or to someone of that variety, is by accumulating enough of a following that it would be kind of a gift to them. If I said, hey, I've got a good deal for you. If you book these shows, we'll make a ton of money and we'll give you some. That seems like a wonderful gift to be able to give someone that they would feel silly turning down. and they feel awkward not giving us some cut. And that is the conventional route to those kinds of deals. I think these days most bands, they get to go tour everywhere, are bands or artists who have accumulated a following online, so that the bookers or labels or venues or whatever it is feel like there's a good chance that they can feel like they're a good bet, that they can take some risks with this group and are likely to be rewarded for it. And so that's partly why I'm making this video, is I've realized, firstly, I really like doing it, and there's I discover a lot whenever I learn a lot by filming myself talking. I'm gonna learn a lot by filming myself performing all my songs from, firstly, the old EP and well, it's not that old. I mean, it's pretty old in a sense, but the EP that just came out, DNA Kisses, and also the next album that's going to come out, and the one after that, because I've got a lot of things in the works. Yeah, I think it's a really valuable learning experience, even if no one watches it. Not saying no one is. Thank you so much. It's usually, I think it's like maybe 14, somewhere between 14 and 30, like, hardcore people. I suspect they're the same people, although I actually don't have a way of telling, who watch pretty much all my videos, and just, I love yous. Thank you. Thanks so much. Tell your friends. Find people like you. But yeah, I think while I thought that filming some good live videos might be adequate for us to get spots at festivals and that kind of thing, and in fact they very well may be, but one spot at a festival doesn't one spot at a festival does not a career make, or like I would really like to be making enough money that my band gets paid and is able to spend the time they want to without any stress on my music, which is not the case at all at the moment. You know, we probably get paid like they get paid like 40 a show is currently, I think that's like our average. Sorry, I keep stretching my jaw. It's an odd habit that freaks my friend Clancy out, although it's usually when I actually stretch or massage it. As a singer who went through classical training, I've just got a lot of weird habits where I have a way that I expect my jaw to feel, and sometimes it doesn't, and I try and adjust it so it will feel that way. What are we thinking about? Yeah, I mean, part of my goal with Baroque is just to reach a lot of people, because I think this music is really, it's been so valuable to me. I can't believe that it wouldn't be to a large, well, no, yeah, a certain subset of people. And I imagine it would be quite a large one. They're just kind of rare persons. I got to hunt them down. In fact, I've got written on my wall, what am I trying to do? ? Make the most beautiful music in the world and find all the people in the world who will love me for it. Which sounds like maybe I shouldn't. There are clearly qualms to be had with that goal, but it feels truest to what I'm trying to do. Maybe it shouldn't be what I try to do, but it's what I'm trying to do right now. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm not sure I've quite gotten to the end of this point, so I'll just try and gather it up. Essentially, I've realized that I need to return to content creation. I'd abandoned it a little bit in favor of working on my album. My album that no one has really heard yet. I'm about to send it to my band. I've just got to make a few tweaks, and then they're going to play on a few of the tracks that I just feel like could be improved by their touch, and then I'm gonna mix it. Then I'll send it off to a masterer, and then it'll be done. And then I can finally work on the one I really want to work on, which is the songs I've written in France and that I'm still writing. There's this third album that's coming. It could, yeah, I'm calling it a third now. It was initially, I planned for it to be a fourth, because I got like another album's worth of stray songs that I probably will put together. I think I'll tack some of them onto the new album. We'll see. But there's lots of music, lots of Baroque music in the world that at some point will be accessible to you. But yeah, I'd kind of abandoned content creation, whatever that is, and I think it's free advertising if it goes well, if this stuff gets shared. So please share and like and subscribe. Subscribing is a really big one. Please subscribe. You just click the button in the bottom right corner. Although I've been told begging like that is not the way to do it. If you like my content, subscribe in the bottom right corner. You can hit the I've got my logo, which is a little person in a hat, a very large hat. Now I Baroque have a very large hat that I can wear that you can see in videos, some of which I'm going to post on YouTube very soon. But yeah, I guess I've realized that there may not be that much point in really pushing the live vehicle if I don't have some sort of online leverage. And so I'm going to try and keep making podcasts and get a bunch of interesting people to talk to. I think that'll be really interesting. I'm going to keep making solo episodes like this one. I'm going to try and improve how well I speak and also my ability to stay on topic. As you've very likely noticed, I have this almost compulsive, like, tangential aspect to the way I speak. I keep being reminded of a thing which reminds me of a thing, and I'll go off on this tangent when I was trying to make a point that I often stray from and struggle to get back to, which I think is characteristic of creative thinking. It's very useful when I'm making music, not so useful when I'm trying to make a concise YouTube video about a particular thing. I'm not sure I've ever done that, All of these podcasts are crazy rambles that touch on like 20 things and maybe consequently fail to go deep, and I love going deep. So there's an incentive for me to learn to get more concise. Anyway, yeah, lots more videos to come is my point. The podcast's starting back up, and this kind of marks the first solo episode. I've already got an interviewee episode that I just never put out from my last streak at doing this. I'm hoping that this coming streak, I'm really going to aim for it to be like a 10-year streak, you know what I mean? I'm just going to aim to not stop, because it's just not that hard to keep making things and make them a little bit better every time, and I really enjoy the creation. I'm still pretty nervous about I'm going to film myself, like Jacob Collier style, especially his earlier videos, just me playing my instruments to the parts that are already in the songs. Obviously, it's not going to be the actual version in the sense it's going to be like an overdub kind of thing. As in, I'll probably leave the original recording so that it's the recording you know and love, and then you'll just be able to see me playing all the parts. But I'm going to record them now, so it's clearly not going to be real. But it'll be proof that I can play all the parts. I think it'll be really interesting to watch. So I'm going to do that for like every song I put out from now on. Lewis Cole does this really well as well, or has done a lot of that. So yeah, hopefully that will allow me to then bargain better with with venues and stuff, because hopefully if I can put out, if I put out a video every week for the next year, by this time next year, I hope I will have some sort of a following. Because there's already a lot of material to get stuck into if you're interested in my work. I've got like 4 albums if you count the EP. Because I've got stuff under Toby Graham as well. If you scroll far enough on the YouTube channel, you'll find it. Find two albums. And yeah, I've got all these podcasts and stuff, and I've got a bunch of live videos as well, even from very early on. 2013 or 14 might be the first one, which is just when I'd started learning how to play and sing at the same time, play guitar mostly. Anywho, expect lots of content. I don't think I'll ever stop doing this, and hopefully I won't stop doing weekly, providing some kind of weekly content, because even if I can't provide a really rich, a sort of carefully edited musical experience, which I'm going to try and do a lot. I'm going to do more covers as well, but they take quite a while to do. Covers are okay because I can learn them in a couple hours and just play it and then finish and have done it in a day without having to edit at all, really. Although I want to do those rich covers where I do them in the Jacob Collier style, where I play lots of instruments. But certainly the covers of my music that I'll be doing, which this Jacob Collier style performance, they're going to take a little while. I'll probably get quicker, but I've never really done them before. I've done one attempt, which might come out one day. It was I'll share it. I don't know. Yeah, you'll have to be. Not many people will hear this, so it'll be cool to be in the know. I did an Ariana Grande cover and I recorded myself, filmed myself playing all sorts of parts, and tried to make the version my own. The reason it hasn't come out is because I didn't quite feel I'd succeeded. It feels not quite adequate, and so I might like to put out things that I'm a little more proud of first, and then say, hey, this is the first one I did. Now you can see it in context of some better stuff I've done. Maybe that's insecure. I mean, it is. It's just, I wonder if it's also strategic in a useful way. Okay, I've been talking for 20 minutes, even though when edited down this might be 10, because I've done a lot of pausing and faffing. But expect weekly content from me from now on. That's what I was going to say, is even if I can't do the time-consuming videos like that, I can do something like this for each week. This really is not a giant sacrifice, and I think it'll be worthwhile in terms of communicating to you guys, and self-development, and also giving the algorithm something to care about, because the algorithm seems to like it if you post regularly. So here comes the content, is what I'm trying to say. And also, maybe something else I'm trying to say is there anyone at a similar position, or maybe slightly further up the chain? Maybe you've just started successfully touring, so that you can kind of make enough money that you bring enough home that you can do that. You can do the successful touring musician thing, where you tour a project, you come back home with a bit of money, use that money to be alive and record the next album, or create the next piece of content, if maybe you're a different kind of, maybe you're not a musician, maybe you're a comedian or some such. Anyway, if you've managed to get to that stage, or you're at the same stage as me, or certainly if you're on a lower rung, I don't know. I guess, yeah, maybe you've never recorded an album and you really want to, or never even made a piece of content but you really want to. Feel free to talk to me about that. I've got lots of tips on the creative front, And I can give you some basic practical advice, I guess, clearly, because I've made a lot of videos. You can definitely debate whether they're of high quality or not. But they're always getting higher, I reckon, at least on average. So, without further ado, thanks so much for listening to me gather my thoughts. Something I really hope happens as a consequence of doing weekly content sharing is the building of a community. I'd love to hear from you. It's like I'm not at all good at this in terms of participating in communities. Especially online, I'm rarely someone to comment or message someone who I don't know. I really want to get better at that. So if you want to practice, feel free to just send me a message or comment just because I've just suggested it. Go for it, because that's something that I feel is very beautiful about the internet, or about the real world. You know, if you want to have like an actual chat, I love to meet new people, especially if you want to have a chat because you're interested in the same things as me, or interested in what I'm doing or whatever. Just, talk to me, yo. And stay well. Get outside. Eat green things. Goodbye. Lots of love.
You can stand up on this. You can stand up. You can stand up on it. You can stand up. You can stand up on this. You can stand up. You can stand up on it.